Spencer, a fantastic result, a 4-1 home victory over Bowes and Pitsea, and we're into Monday's draw.
Yep, sort of third week running I feel we didn't get out of second gear, won relatively comfortably, but considering that was a scratch team, players playing out of position against a side that's had a fantastic cup run, I think we got away with mainly no injuries. Obviously before the game CJ was due to start in defensive midfield, but that fell apart before he started the warm-up. Yeah, I think all things considered, the week we've had, we got through. We haven't got out of second gear. We didn't play particularly well, but we still scored 4 goals, although one of them was interesting to say the least. But yeah, we're in the next round, and it's that cliche again of we've not played very well. We've not really got out of second gear with a ton of changes today, not the regular side, and we've won and against a side that I've got a fantastic pedigree, and we just, wish them all the very best next week in the FA Cup.
And Seth started in midfield this afternoon, showing his versatility.
And I give CJ all the credit for that. I mean, CJ was due to start as that defensive mid. We were changing the system slightly, and he, unbeknown to me, tweaked his hammy on Thursday night's training. Came in and we were rooming and ahhing what to do, and he suggested Seth, because we were very conscious about the number 10 for them. Big lads caused a lot of teams big problems. They're very direct into him, so we had to put somebody in front of him, and we went with Seth because he can pass the ball, and he did a good job, and he automatically reminded me of the pirouette he did later in the game. And there were so many players playing out of positions and everything else. We have to be ruthless in the trophy. It was difficult decisions to make. We didn't really want to play Sam today, but he was desperate to play. But there were a lot of changes, people getting minutes, and we're in the next round. So we scored 4 goals. And we were relatively comfortable until we got really sloppy right at the end there. And still, we demand Dante makes at least one world-class save a game, and he's gone and done that again, which is very frustrating, really. But what a save that is! So. Yeah, it's cliche time again, didn't play well, but we won, and we move on.
And you made a couple of changes to the starting lineup with the likes of Louis Padgett and Michael Fernandez coming in. Does that show the competition in the squad at the moment?
Yeah, we've got a lot of injuries. We weren't allowed to play Ellis. Josh was injured at Aldershot training. Reggie's obviously still injured, but great news, we'll be training fully this week, so we're hoping he'll be in contention for next weekend. He expects to be. And, we've got a lot of players coming back. Padge has obviously been ill and been out the side, so he got some minutes. Jordan came back into the side. Michael came back into the side. Connor we recalled from his dual reg and came on. Jared came on. There were an awful lot of changes. I mean, we rotated. Alfie's played a lot of left back, he tells me, in his career, so he dropped into left back, and we pushed John further forward because we were at a complete mismatch of a side with what was available and what we had available fit. So, yeah, look. Did I think it was a great performance? No. But at the end of the day, we dealt with their physicality just. The referee in the first half didn't want to give anything, and we could have arguably had 2 penalties, I think, as well. So we started sloppy again. Very poor goal from our perspective. But, you can't get away from the fact that, we've won again. And I just said to them, if we can keep winning when we're not playing at the ability we've got, which we started the season in, can you imagine how good we're going to be when we start firing?
And this week we lost our informed striker Elliot Buchanan. Hayden's recalled him at Kingstonian. Was that a blow?
Well, I think we need to clarify the situation. He wasn't on loan. I was shocked at the recall. I didn't expect it. Sorry, it's not even a recall. It was totally out of the blue. I think Elliot done great here. Kingstonian had a ton of injuries, and he's the only way we can secure players to stay at this club, or anyone can, is to put them on contracts, which is a huge financial risk that we can't do. We have 3 players on contract here. It's public knowledge. It's Ricky, Sam Deering and Harry Cooksley. Anyone can leave. Anyone can leave with a 7-day approach or can leave straight away, and we have a great relationship with Kingstonian and Hayden. I'm very surprised he's gone back. It's his choice. We can't stop them. We can't put them on contracts. He fitted in very well here. I know he scored again today in a 6-0 drubbing. I watched the game on Tuesday night. He may come back another time. I don't know. It is what it is. But we cannot be faulted because we can't stick all these players on contract. It wasn't a loan, it was a dual reg. We have Connor Cullen on dual reg. Connor Cullen can turn around and say he wants to carry on playing for Ashford if that's what he wishes. That's his right to do. So it came out the blue, very frustrating. I can assure you that, I've not stopped since this happened. We will be bringing in a very, very high quality number 9. I'm not going to go into too much at the moment, but there are progressions going on. We know we need a very high quality 9. Michael's come back from, about 4 or 5 weeks out. So, we know we need a 9. It's quite simple. But we are working really, really hard. And if any player doesn't want to be here or prefers to go somewhere else, then that's what they've got to do. So, that's the fact of it. Dual regs are what they are. We can only keep our players for the season if we contract them. We've also got the protection on the loans that they have minimum periods, so that gives us good protection as well. But obviously it's Aldershot's right not to let us play Ellis, totally understand, and we're very grateful to Aldershot because at one stage this week they weren't going to let us have any of them. So we're really pleased with the relationships we've got, but we wish Elliot all the best. I hope we see him again in a Borough shirt. It's a possibility, but it's like any player. If they're not signed on a contract for a period of time, they can go wherever they choose to be, and he felt that he had unfinished business at Kingstonian and off he's gone. So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, it's an absolute priority to get in at least one main number 9, and as I said, we've got exciting news there. We're pretty hopeful that we've agreed terms. I mean, again, probably speaking too early, but Woking have agreed to let us have Salim back. So Salim should be back training with us this week and available for next weekend. So we're buzzing about that as well. Reggie will be fit, fingers crossed for the weekend. So it's exciting times, and we're winning. So unfortunately, this week has been really hard work for us, and we had to do a lot of changes, but we got through it, and we got through it relatively comfortably. So let's be positive for 2 big games next week.
Yeah, and we've got a clear week ahead of the Tiverton Town home game. It's a busy period coming up as well.
Yeah, so we'll have them in Wednesday this week. So they, again, we've got a patch-up job. We've got to be very careful with people. We need to assess the injuries and players coming back. So we'll be in Wednesday, and then we've got this double header this weekend. Tiverton are always a really tough team, direct and a little bit hit and miss this season, but some really good players and real tough game. And Beaconsfield with a big budget, who have got again a host of really talented players. We know it'll be difficult games. We need the fans to turn up again to get behind us. It's great, we're top of the league. I mean, whether you really do where I feel we are, we're really second, aren't we? But it's very early days, but let's just focus on this next one. I'll obviously look probably at the next 2 because we've got to manage people's minutes. But there's competition for places, and that's great as well. And I think you saw today that it was great that last minute Sess had to drop in there. We were having to make changes and people in different positions, and against a side that, let's remember, beat a Conference National side 2 weeks ago, and have beaten some other very good teams this season. Without really getting out of gear, we've won it relatively comfortably. So there's lots to be positive about.
Brilliant. Thanks, Spencer, and good luck for next week.
Thank you.